So you guys are gonna see what I have to do to get Scott out of the house and out of his computer, because he's on his computer 24/7. So come with me. Hi, babe.
You got my cord?
So I'm ready. You told me to get ready like half an hour ago. You ready?
Yeah. Do I look ready?
Does he look ready? Nope.
Listen, it's very important that the nation gets this video before we leave, because they're waiting. They're waiting for it.
So this is what you do all the time. You don't get ready because you take forever to get ready. So I take forever. True. 45 minutes later, I come down ready, and he still hasn't moved. So while Scott gets ready, I'm gonna go ahead and take my stack, and this is my morning stack: fish oil, CLA, and some collagen. You know, I'm a girl. Our skin and hair has to look amazing. So we finally made it to the gym an hour and a half later. But we are here, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna kill shoulders and hamstrings today. So time to get started.
The first exercise is going to be a standing dumbbell shoulder press. This is a really great exercise. It's going to hit the entire shoulder, and when you perform this exercise, you really want to make sure that you're focusing on keeping your core tight on the way up and on the way down. It's going to help you when you're pressing heavier weight. Make sure you're also doing a full lockout at the top, and you're controlling that negative on the way down. Now, even Erica's getting really good at this exercise. She's been bumping up her weights. She's doing great with full range of motion, which is the reason why she's making such great gains with her strength and her shoulder presses. And as you guys can see, she's keeping that 90-degree angle on the way up and on the way down. And again, keep that core tight on every single repetition. The next exercise is the Dumbbell Y-Raise. Now, traditionally with this exercise, you want to keep your palms facing in. I find that when I do that, I target more of my traps. So I decided to do palms facing down, which makes it kind of more of a front raise, but it's isolating my shoulders really well. And as you guys can see, I'm actually pausing and taking a breath and then holding that to really have some control and power as I raise the dumbbells up. So I'm not swinging my arms. I'm using my own power to lift them, hold them for a brief second, and then control them on the way down. The next exercise is actually going to be a superset of two exercises. The first one is the dumbbell Arnold press. Now, for those of you who have never done this exercise before, it's going to have to be using lighter weight than you would normally do for a seated shoulder press. And as you can see, I'm actually twisting the dumbbells out in front of my body. A lot of people, when they do this exercise, they kind of rest the dumbbells on their chest. Granted, if you have a massive chest, you're going to have to rest them on there because you can't extend your arms that far, which isn't a problem most of us have. What I like to do to really engage my shoulders is try and twist the dumbbells out in front of my body, not letting the dumbbells touch my chest, and once again, keeping my core tight on every single rep, getting that full extension at the top of the movement, locking out my elbows, and then controlling the negative on the way down. Now we're going to go right into the superset. So we're going to do one more exercise, and this is something that I like to call a truck driver. Now I'm only using a 35-pound plate here, and by the time you get to this exercise, your shoulders should be fried. And again, when doing this exercise, something you want to keep in mind is keeping your core tight as you lift the plate, twist, and bring it back down. Keeping your core tight is going to help you have the power to lift the weight and twist it, and even try to go a little heavier even if you're fatigued. As soon as you breathe the air out of your system, you're going to feel like your body's about to bend in half because you're tired. So keep that core tight, focus on that internal belt. And for this exercise, it's actually a 1-1 count. So when you lift the plate up and twist to the right, bring it down, and then bring it back up and twist to the left, that counts as 1 repetition. You guys can probably tell by the pulsating neck veins that this exercise is getting pretty intense.
2 more sets of that.
Now we're gonna move on to the barbell stiff leg deadlift, my favorite exercise for hamstrings. Now for this exercise, you notice I keep my feet pretty close together, and again, I'm focusing on keeping my core tight on the way up and on the way down. And what I do is I reset my breath at the top of the movement. Now you also want to make sure you're pushing your butt backwards as you perform the movement. And it's okay to have a bit of flexion in your back when doing this exercise.
I was hoping to get them all front grip with no straps. It's okay, we'll work up to it.
Now Erica's getting pretty good at this exercise too. She actually has a little bit of a hard time with her flexibility, but it's been getting a lot better. So she's doing more of a Romanian deadlift, which still targets the hamstrings. She has a hard time locking out her knees, which a lot of people do. And so because she's not as flexible as I am, she's only bringing the bar down as far as she can, which happens to be mid-shin. So as long as you're keeping everything else right as far as form, that's perfectly okay to do this exercise. Now on to the prone leg curl. When I do this exercise, I actually like to underhook my arms for better grip. And then when performing the prone leg curl, you should be keeping your core tight as you bring the weight up and down. Make sure you're doing a controlled negative as you lower the weight. You will have to make some adjustments to this machine. You want to have the pad resting just above your ankles. And this is overall just a great exercise to isolate your hamstrings.
I cheated a little on that last one, but I saved it with the slow negative. That was my goal. Well, at least that's what I'm going with.
Now on to the last exercise for hamstrings, single leg curls. Now for this movement, what you want to do is you want to make sure once again you're keeping your core tight as you lift the weight up and bring it back down. Focus on controlling the negative and then utilize this machine to help correct any imbalances you might have with your hamstrings. For me personally, sometimes I tend to have a harder time with my left leg, which is actually related to an injury I had when, back in high school. I pulled my hamstring and this whole fiasco happened, but we won't get into that right now. But as you guys can see, I'm fatiguing out a little more with my left leg, and it's okay to stop and rest if you need to. Just only try to rest, a couple seconds, then get back in there and hit your reps as hard as you can. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today's shoulders and hamstrings workout. Now we're going to go upstairs and do 15 to 20 minutes of high intensity interval training on the treadmill, and that should wrap it up. For more great tips, exercises, and routines, feel free to join us on scotthermanfitness.com. And if you have any questions about your current routine or meal plan, be sure to join us in the forum section on the scotthermanfitness.com website. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys. If you're looking for a quick way to switch things up, log into your SHF profile and go to the workout section of the website. Once there, click on the muscles you want to train, then you'll be brought to a page where you can further filter down your search. Now you have a complete list of all the routines that target your chest and utilize only a barbell or dumbbell. From here you can rate the routine, add it to your routines in your profile, and if you scroll down, you can see a write-up of the entire routine as well as photos of all the exercises. You can also download a printable PDF just by clicking on it.